want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta understand.
We want all the smoke.
We go off the content.
These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100ent. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
Package of all these things that she could do. But then in learning who she was as a person, you realize somebody with ambition that had such potential and really could do a lot of these things. And somebody who wants to work hard and kill the competition. We just see an enormous potential in working with her, and we've seen like the impact that she's had on a lot of the culture here in New York City, and actually essentially around the world. When you go like online or whatever, you see how a lot of the kids are responding to things that she's trying to do, and what falls perfectly under the umbrella of what Star Trek represents is individuality, and I think that's what she does very well.
The song is dope. You know, of course, you know, it's called Google Me, produced by Jazzy Faye.
Yeah, it's Fizzle, you know what I'm saying? We on a Teyana video shoot. Google Me, baby. You know, this is the first single. And who other to bring it other than Fizzle, you know what I'm saying?
And it's a pretty interesting song because, you know, he hit me up. I was in Atlanta. He was like, yo, come through, Buzzy. Came through, he just listened to all which songs he playing Google Me. I'm like, oh, you know, so. I'm
just in there, you know, making something hard. And actually, I had intended it for somebody to rap on it. And she came in there with that swag. And I was like, hey, I need to put some chord changes on there because she can sing. She rap, she dance. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and just put a swag thing to it. That's why we on the verses. Like, what's the word? It's kind of like some rap. You know what I'm saying? So, but then you put the beautiful voices behind it, and then you got, you know, the Google Me on there, and then you got Finzel. Oh boy. Yeah, lavishly coordinate yourself.
And now, you know, we here today recording the video for it.
Yo, it's Fizzle, man. I'm doing the intro right now. The Google Me intro. It's Jazzy Fizzle, you know, Jazzy Fizzle Productions, all of that. You know, this is where the magic happens. Sprinkle them, daddy. Google me, baby. Google me, baby.
There was so much buzz around Teyana from that point on, and she was everywhere that year, gracing the pages of magazines, starring in fashion campaigns, walking red carpets and runway shows, and many other appearances.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Teyana Taylor. I'm at my video shoot for my first single, Google. It's your girl Teyana Taylor. What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Teyana Taylor, aka the team president. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Teyana Taylor, aka the team president, here with the New York Post shopping with me.
Queen working for her throne. I love her cause she got her own. I love her cause she got her own. Standing in the line for the bathroom. All the girls standing in the line for the bathroom. All the girls standing in the line. All the girls standing in the line for the bathroom.
She revealed to Fader that she had been dreaming of superstardom for a long time, saying, "I've been waiting for this for so long. I stand in front of my big screen TV with my microphone and have my own concerts, sit on a couch and interview myself. I'm preparing myself." Her debut project, From a Planet Called Harlem, was slated for release in August that year, but a few songs leaked online and the release date ended up being pushed back. But in the meantime, she uploaded music covers to her YouTube channel. She said she was blending rapping, urban, rock, and a little bit of jazz for the record, and she worked with so many individuals from Khalees, Mad Scientists, and of course the Neptunes.
She actually has ambition and a dream, and she's doing her thing, and her mom rocks too. Ladies, gentlemen, girls in between, and for Teyana Taylor!
You can expect to hear some tracks from the Neptunes, Jazzy Faye, Mad Scientist, Hit Boy, Bangladesh, a lot more. Like it's a lot of producers, and the project was really cool and interesting.
The 25-track mixtape was finally released in August 2009 for free, and she embarked on a mini tour to promote the project.
On and on, on and on. I know that you feel, I know. That you feel, I know. That boy, he calling me P. Yes, sir. That boy calling me P.
However, her releases under Pharrell really dwindled after the mixtape. In 2010, Teyana dedicated the year to trying new things. She made her acting debut in Stomp the Yard, Homecoming, and had guest appearances on the songs Put It On Ya by Missy Elliott, Favor by Chris Brown, and I Need a Girl by Fabulous and Trey Songz, and briefly formed a band called UGLY, which stands for Underneath Greatness Lies You, and they dropped their first and only single called Wasted. Teyana was also cast in Tyler Perry's Medea's Big Happy Family, which was released in spring 2011. She started promoting abstinence by wearing a purity ring and hosting Bible study groups with young girls, telling Hello Beautiful, "The one thing people can never say is I'm a hoe. I have a purity ring. If you're lying up on a boy, then something is going to happen. So I just keep my legs closed until I'm ready for that. I can't have a boyfriend because the only thing they want to do is have sex." Later in 2010, just hours before Kanye West's iconic My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album was expected to be turned in, he reached out to her to contribute to the record. The two first met when she was a preteen on a class trip to Kanye's college tour. He was looking for some lucky fans to meet him backstage, and Teyana's standout hat caught the attention of security, leading to an unexpected meeting with the rapper himself. Cameras flashed, a few words were exchanged, and like many young fans, she left in awe, joking that she'd never wash her hands again. At the time, Teyana wasn't singing or pursuing music, and she doubted Kanye even remembered that moment. Fate, however, had other plans. Years later, during his Glow in the Dark tour, he complimented her outfit, sparking a friendship rooted in fashion. They began exchanging designs and ideas, inspiring each other creatively. She recalled to Vibe magazine how an unexpected email from Kanye led to the collaboration on the album. Initially, she had no plans to record, but was honored to meet with him. In the studio, Kanye played tracks from the album and mentioned that Dark Fantasy needed something extra, inviting her to add background vocals. Kanye loved her immediately and asked her to contribute to Hell of a Life and Runaway as well. Once the album was released, he invited her to perform with him at the Bowery Ballroom, an experience she described as both nerve-wracking and unforgettable, likening the show to a hip-hop opera. Teyana was also featured on his song Christmas in Harlem that December.
Like we bought it all. The mistletoe's right here. Come give a kiss.
Looking ahead, she hinted at some more studio sessions with Kanye, excited to see what they might create next. Teyana was featured on a string of songs throughout 2011 and toured with rapper The Game, but she hadn't had any solo releases since Google Me. In 2012, after 5 years of several buzz tracks and no commercial release of a debut album, she was released from her contract from Pharrell and Star Trek.
I officially got my release from Star Trek in the scope. I've been signed with them for 6 years. Thank you.
So it's always it's always good when you get a change of scenery.
Right,
So,
you know, and it's also good when you have that freedom. You know, like I was signed for 6 years, and you know, just a lot of stuff that comes with the industry. You know that, but
so much has changed. Even just look at where the industry was 6 years ago.
Right,
Like,
you know, like, and it's like the people, they see the glory but don't know the story.
Yeah.
You know, so when there's not music being put out or when you're not moving, it's just automatic. They blame it on you. Like, oh, you're not doing anything. What do you do?
Yeah.
Different things like that. Not knowing the politics of the music industry. You know what I'm saying? That in contracts, there's certain things you can't do. You can't just go and make a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go and put out stuff and make videos.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
so I officially got my release from Star Trek in the scope.
and how long does it, even that too, just with lawyers and stuff, even if there's nothing bitter, it takes a long time.
Yeah, it was a process to even get the release, you know, like, but it was everybody bowed out gracefully. It is no beef. I love Interscope. I love Star Trek. Always loved for us, my big brother. You know,
Absolutely.
but now it was time for me to go from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
Absolutely.
You know, like, and now I had to fly away from the nest and, you know, and venture out on my own. And now that, you know, I'm independent right now,
Yep.
I get to, you know, make music and finally create an EP and give the supporters and the fans music, free music, you know, and what I want to do,
Yeah.
you know, and not being so political and just having an opportunity to be me.
Your relationship with Pharrell, your business relationship with Pharrell. What happened with that?
You know, that's like my big brother. Honestly, shit, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like,
Please do.
I'm so blessed. I don't regret anything in life. You know, I don't regret being signed to Star Trek. I don't regret asking for a release. Because I feel like everything happens for a reason. You need to you gotta do things to progress. You know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't signed for real, I probably wouldn't have the opportunity that I have now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed. I appreciate everything. But, you know, I needed that release. I asked for a release from Star Trek and I've been signed with them for 6 years. I needed that release because I felt like I needed that freedom and I had a lot to prove, you know. And once they finally gave me my release, I was actually already working on my mixtape.
Yeah.
Like when I was already planning, and then as soon as they released me, then I had like a couple of more songs to go on my mixtape. And it was just amazing to feel free and just to do music that I wanted to do and be, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, of course, Google Me, we already know that was a political kind of decision. Like I cried every time I had to premiere the video. You know what I'm saying? I cried on the cheap behind stage. I cried at 106 Park because it wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't me. And it's so crazy because I wanted to release my song and it was called Swag that I did when I was 15. This is before the word was even being used.
Yeah, you know,
now
we're kind of getting tired of that.
Yeah,
word.
now it's overused and now it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like my first album that was never put out was so ahead of its time. Like, yeah.
And so you needed, and he probably was busy, so they weren't putting the attention you needed it into the project necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and as an artist and as a young girl, I just felt like if you too busy, didn't, you know, like,
let you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let me go. My point exactly. But once again, I appreciate everything and I appreciate the blessings and the opportunity because I've learned so much. What if I would have peaked at the age of 15, 16, 17, 18? You understand what I'm saying? Like, me going through what I've been through for the past 6 years, I've learned so much. I've matured so much.
Teyana wasted no time dropping music independently and released her second mixtape, The Misunderstanding of Teyana Taylor, in February. After a lot of buzz and rumors, in May that year, Teyana officially announced her signing to Kanye's growing brand Good Music, with distribution being handled by Island Def Jam Music Group. She expressed her excitement in an interview with MTV saying, "I had been working with the whole Good Music family for quite a while since we all did the dark fantasy thing, and around that time I was still signed to Star Trek Interscope, and I asked for a release because I just wanted to find myself as an artist. I had other options to go to different labels, but I felt like Good Music is where I would be a good fit. When I finally got my release, I released my mixtape and I signed my contracts, and here we go now. I signed my contracts a while back, but we put the press release out today." In September, she appeared on their collaborative album and was preparing for her first major label album release. In 2014, she released her debut studio album 7, featuring songs like Maybe and Business. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top R&B Hip Hop Albums chart, and music videos were released to accompany the singles. Reflecting on her time under Pharrell's leadership, she said, "When I was first signed, we didn't have all the 360 deals yet. I was kind of one of the youngest people out at the time. Then things started to get real gimmicky. That's how Google Me happened. I did From a Planet Called Harlem when I was 16. The whole tape is sick, but I feel like Google Me almost made me a joke. It made people not take me seriously. I didn't even want to record the song, but the label was like, just try it. It's so sad. People will do it out of respect, so I'll come in the building and they'll play Google Me, and I just sink into my chair. That's how I feel every time I hear it. I just want to blend into wherever I'm sitting and act like I'm not even there." Teyana took full ownership of the album, stating that she worked tirelessly on it without much support from her new label. Over time, she learned to compromise between her artistic vision and industry expectations. While she was proud of the album, she remained uncertain about her future in the industry. It was becoming increasingly clear that Teyana was being overshadowed by the male artists on the label, and her projects weren't receiving the support they needed to thrive. In 2015, Teyana Taylor independently released her mixtape, The Cassette Tape 1994, a project that pays homage to and samples the R&B and hip-hop songs of the early 1990s. At the end of the year, she had given birth to her first child. Teyana was ready for her next album cycle and released her single Freak On, featuring guest vocals from Chris Brown. She announced that it would be the lead single off her upcoming second studio album. A few months later in September, Teyana's career skyrocketed after starring in Kanye's Fade music video, which premiered at the MTV VMAs. Her performance, inspired by Flashdance, showcased her incredible dance skills and fitness, making her a viral sensation and the talk of every media outlet.
I'm a master resetter now, you know what I'm saying? It goes a little now.
Pitbull's the master?
It goes a little something like this, man.
Entertainment Mondays on Clubhouse, hosted by Stevie Nunez, Sally Colon, Naughty Nerd, and Dreas, with executive producers Wack100ent and R&B. Don't get too messy, y'all.
Hey, for everybody. Welcome to Entertainment 100.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Welcome to the 100ent Entertainment Mondays. I ain't gonna lie, I was in the back eating my burger and shit, so I was like, now let me just let it play. I ain't gonna lie, cause I so hungry. So shit, what was you eating?
I was eating some cabbage, but before I had some strips, but then I also had some grapes and a beer.
Oh well, listen. I had me a nice little chicken sandwich with some honey mustard on there and some. It was fully loaded, and I had me some fries. And I'm listening. My whole purpose of playing Teyana Taylor was the fact of the matter that, like, we have to all understand we can want so much. We can want something so much, but it may not be our time, right? And this girl have worked tirelessly throughout her life as she was young. I mean, when she was young to become a star, and stuff was working for her. She was so multi-talented, multifaceted. It was just like, I just never felt like she caught you know how when people be so underrated, like every time, like, you see an artist and be like, damn, they so underrated because they're so talented, but it's just like they're not commercially successful, right? But they got a fan base. It's just that, you know, they can just do so much more. And so Teyana was one of those ones, from acting, from singing, from dancing, choreography, from producer, everything. Teyana was that girl. And I thought that she was getting her roses when she did a Fade video with Kanye West, and she decided to sign with him. But, you know, Kanye West was going through his own trials and tribulations, and I think that, you know, Teyana Taylor was mishandled, right? And I think that, I don't know if y'all ever heard, like, her 4 album, her last few albums that she did, they were good to me. I still bump them, still enjoy them, still enjoy listening to them. And however, you know, she still just, I don't know, she also felt, you know, that it's like a lot of people didn't support her, you know, and so she decided to quit music. And once she quit music, she ended up getting a role of her life, 1001. She wanted to scrap everything and actually rebuild herself back up. So she ended up doing that movie, and I think it got like a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes. And then since she did a phenomenal performance from that, a lot of people started to see her little buzz in acting. And so now it just seemed like the sky, it's like, even with her music, now it's being recognized on Apple Music. She's a #1 in the R&B charts. She's doing her big ones. She's getting like rose after rose after rose. She just won a Golden Globe. That's what I played earlier. And I just feel like in 2026, the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026 is now her time to shine. And again, she literally told herself that she quit, right? And she just reinvented herself in a way where all the stars was aligned for her. And now I feel like God worked his master plan for her. So I feel like even now when I think about like billionaires and people, businesses and all of that stuff and how it gets successful and all of that stuff, and some people say, shit, I didn't become a billionaire until I was 40. Or when I was, you know, late 30s, or when I was 50. It's like, you never know when it's going to be your time. And so salute to her, shout out to her. And I just feel like, keep working hard, keep being grounded, keep being straightforward to your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. maybe today may not be your time, but tomorrow or the next day or the day after that may be your time. So I just feel like don't give up. My whole thing was to bring up Teyana. It's just never to give up hope. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like the stars align for this lady, and I just love to see her journey. That's it, and I'm just living for every moment of it. It really inspires me.
Ditto.
No
Yeah,
shade.
that's it here. I seen her perform it last night. My bad.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's my first time seeing. I'm just learning too about her, and like I was amazed. She's an interesting person, and then hearing the story y'all talking about her, like add on to the interesting things that I heard about her. So like, yeah, she can get it. That's it.
Yeah, I just it's just like even myself and how I apply things to just me, you know. It's just like I can feel like the whole world can be against me, and you know, and people may not agree with certain stuff, and however you may have it, lifestyle, however you may have it, and I'm just so multifaceted and talented in things that I do, and I just know like my time is going to come, and no matter if it's here, if it's somewhere else, if it's what I build, if it's something, I just will never fold and will never stop. No matter how many haters I get, I'm never going to stop. No one, I will never ever stop what I want to do. And I just learned how to, and I'm learning even in 2026 to distribute my energy correctly. And I think that I don't want to, like, you can't get back time. That's one thing my mother always told me. Learn how to utilize your time. Right, it's time. And I think that if you always continue to give your time to lackluster, nasty, flat-footed individuals, they're going to continue to be succubus and feed off of your time that you just people. So no matter what you do, or all these games that you want to play and all this stuff, and all this extra stuff and all of these games play, baby bookie, but trust me, trust and believe, you're not stopping nothing over here. So, and that's just how I feel, Dre's. You can go ahead. I'm done.
No, I feel the same. I love everything for Teyana Taylor. She's really walking in her moment. She's really showing her thing, and I think that's great for her. We have our next topic up top.
All right. Woman flies to Turkey for surgery.
Listen, why are all these TikTok creators going to get their bodies chopped up on?
Wait, and for Turkey? She went to Turkey?
Not for turkey, not like the food.
She got some turkey?
Oh my God, Natty, no.
It's turkey and gravy?
Natty, no.
What?
Oh my God, something's wrong with you. It says, woman flies to Turkey for surgery and allegedly returns home without areolas. Are you able to play that up top for me?
Wait, hold on. Can you send it to me on my, what's it called?
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Instagram.
I got you. Boom, sit.
Wait, so Areola was there too? From Clubhouse?
That's Areola, not Areola.
Oh. I don't know. Is he Areolas?
I don't even want to joke like that because then they're going to say, listen, just
okay.
Right here. Yeah, just right here.
Damn, I can't even have fun over here.
What you doing? Yeah, love, this shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.